gentlemen, we have some breaking inputs coming in. US President Donald Trump has stated that Zelenskiy, Ukrainian president, he better move fast or he won't have a country left. In fact, Trump has also said that we are successfully negotiating an end to war with Russia. He's also stated that Zelenskyy did a terrible job. He calls Zelenskyy a dictator without elections. Very important comments and significant comments coming in from Donald Trump. He is seen to be making these disparaging comments against Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. He's stating that Zelenskyy better move fast or he won't have a country left. We are successfully negotiating an end to war with Russia. Remember, just yesterday, leaders of the United States and of course, officials from Russia met in Saudi Arabia to perhaps talk on a possible deal so far as the Russia-Ukraine conflict is concerned. In fact, we were also given to understand that the United States side was looking at testing waters or testing what Russia is up to, engaging Russia's thoughts on whether it actually wants a peace deal or not. But of course, there will be negotiations, but significant comments coming in from Trump, who's calling Zelenskyy dictator without elections, and of course stating that he did a terrible job. We know that the Biden administration, even while it was on the verge of exiting, it was on the verge of ending, it did of course issue significant funds for Ukraine. There have been concerns that the Donald Trump administration will be completely against Europe and of course Ukraine. Remember, European leaders gathered a day before the top leaders from US and Russia met in Saudi Arabia. Those European leaders had concerns that Europe as a whole was kept aloof, was kept out of those deliberations that went on in Saudi Arabia yesterday. But Trump now calling Zelenskyy that he did a terrible job, and he's called him a dictator without elections. He's stating that we are successfully negotiating an end to war with Russia. It remains to be seen how will the Trump administration be negotiating an end to war with Russia, especially when Zelenskyy is not on the table. Kiev has been missing from the negotiating table, which is a key stakeholder to this entire war that has really been playing out. In fact, in a tweet that he has put out on Truth Social, it's a message that he's put out. He says that Volodymyr Zelenskyy talked to the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that could not be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the United States and Trump, will never be able to settle. So it remains to be seen what the stance of European leaders be with respect to this big statement. They've already been worried about the security situation that will develop as a result of European leaders being kept out of those negotiations that went underway in Saudi Arabia. Donald Trump's tweet also mentions the United States has spent $200 billion more than Europe, and Europe's money is guaranteed while the United States will get nothing back. Why didn't sleepy Joe Biden demand equalization in this war? That is far more important. We have, on top of this, he says that Zelenskyy admits that half of the money we sent to him is missing. He refuses to have elections, is very low on Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. A dictator without elections. Strong words coming in from Donald Trump. He's saying that Zelenskyy better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. These are very disparaging remarks, especially against the leader of a country. He also says that in the meantime, we are successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something that all admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelenskyy probably wants to keep the gravy train, quote unquote, the gravy train going. I love Ukraine, but Zelenskyy has done a terrible job. His country is shattered and millions have unnecessarily died, and so it continues. Again, like I said, it remains to be seen how this negotiation really pans out, or how this negotiation will pan out over the next couple of months or weeks, because Ukraine has been missing from these negotiations, and that has of course been pointed out by Zelenskyy that there cannot be any negotiations without Ukraine on the negotiating table. However, the United States has claimed that the negotiations will begin, and this meeting between top officials from United States and Russia went on only to test waters about whether Russia is indeed serious about negotiating a peace deal. Ladies and gentlemen, that's breaking. Those are some breaking inputs that we're just bringing you. Trump calling Ukraine Zelenskyy a dictator without elections. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of India Tonight. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us.